see on the maize is money.
Yeah.
From the roots here. If these roots are burnt, they become manure.
You lie.
Yes. Now, the stem, if crushed, cattle and goats will eat.
Yes.
As well as the leaves. You get my point?
Yeah.
Then, inside here, there is grain, and then there is the comb. So, the grain goes to the machine to make posho and bran. But the comb can also be mixed with this entire thing to make silage. So I have used everything. I have lost nothing.
Yeah. Well, last week we learned that it is the third most consumed crop in the world. This week we get to know how to put it on the global markets. It's a brand new episode of NTV Seeds of Gold. We are still learning how to commercialize and maximize on the market of maize farming. Don't worry.
Why do we plant in this manner? The right population in the garden gives you the right returns on investment. Most people will get you 16 bags per season. 16. We can get 22 bags. We can get 25 from one small acre.
So when we left, we were talking markets, but now we're going to take a walk around and, learn a thing or two. Remember, the show is brought to you by Bukola Chemical Industries and YPA for the expert opinions. I mean, we bring you the creme de la creme. So you ready to take that walk around?
Yeah, creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Tisa.
We bring you the good stuff.
Yes. So now I talked about the market. That when you have a lot of maize, you will have plenty of market. Sometimes it will even compensate. Quantity will always compensate for the low returns, for the damages. Companies that make bread always have that damaged bread, expired bread.
Yeah.
How do they compensate for that? Because they produce in quantities that even when they lose, for example,
It makes up for it.
this maize here, it has no problem. The only problem is the land. If you look at the land here, the soil sampling we did showed exactly that there's some pieces of land that are not going to do well. So we knew it will not do well. But either way, we planted simply because it is not even a 50 by 100 plot. It's like 20 by 10 plot. It's like a room. You get my point? So the other place you see it is green. Here it is lemon green. Why is it lemon green? Because the soil is poor.
Yeah.
You get my point? The soil is poor. So if you have small land and you have 4 pieces of this, you're gone. You see why soil sampling is important?
It's huge loss.
You get?
Yeah.
So after doing soil sampling, then you look for which machinery do I need? You need a lot of machinery that is going to help you, one, excavate. You see the entire place has no anthill, has no unnecessary clusters of trees. You get my point?
Yeah.
Has not unnecessary trees, because many trees will cause shadow, and this shadow will prevent maize from growing.
Yeah.
So you need excavators to clear the entire land. After clearing the entire land, then now you bring cultivators, plows.
Yeah.
Tractors put on a plow disc, plow. After plowing, harrow. Harrow is making soil fine, so that the planter will be able to plant in a row. Wabichenga.
No.
If you look here, I have rows. So all these rows, look here. From here, from this line to the other line, it is 2 feet. One row to another, 2 feet. In the same line, from one maize to another, it is 6 inches. Wankachenga. This cannot be done by a human being.
You need the machinery.
So that is where the machines that you need. Now, the machines will help you do this job. So You need excavator, plow, harrow, planter.
Weeds. You call them plants in the wrong place, but the farmer sees more. He sees a plant competing with and destroying his yield. They compete for nutrients, moisture, and sunlight. That said, it would be wise to do weed control within the first 3 weeks after planting. Past that, the damage is already done.
After planting, now you need to weed. That is where you put the boom sprayer.
Yeah.
This maize was weeded 3 weeks after it was planted. And how do you know that? A professional tells you. So imagine you don't have a professional.
That's what it is.
I'm not seeing a weed here. What am I going to weed? Here you cannot weed. This is long gone. At this level, the maize is grown. You cannot weed. If you try to weed, you're going to break the maize. At 3 weeks, even if the tractor staples on, runs on the maize will still stand up because it has no joint. This time, if I break here, that's it. That's it. How do you know all that? Professional. So you have the machines, you have the soil sampling reports, but you don't have a professional to guide you. So you're going to blunder.
Yeah.
Now a professional will tell you that maize is planted within 1 month. Game over. I'll come after 6 months to harvest. What do I have now? Maintenance. Maintenance is what? People running around it to see no fire and no what. Simple as that. To now have proof of availability when maybe disasters happen. I have someone to explain how it started. The insurance people will not say it was negligence.
Yeah.
Did you know that we do insurance for maize?
Yes.
But do you think very many people watching me know that?
Now they know.
You cannot do that unless you have professionalism.
True.
It must be big acreage. I don't think they will come and insure 10 acres. I don't think. I don't know, but I don't think. Because the cost of surveying, you remember they need to come and check on you once in a while. So they will either bill you so high that even when you don't lose, even when you lose, they will be as if they are giving you your money
back.
So it won't make sense. So you need to have big. So insurance will be guided. A professional will give you now. These are the risks involved.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So you take action before it happens.
Yeah.
And that is what we do when we are professionals. Then after having professionals, we have, remember, the machinery, we have professionals. We are guided through all the steps. Remember, weeding, I told you we weed after 3 weeks. We plant, weed after 3 weeks. Why are we doing that so early? Then after weeding, we go and sleep. We are now waiting for the maize to ripe so that we can harvest.
Well, we are going to take a very short commercial break. Yes, I am enjoying myself and I am sure that you are too. But do scan the QR code on your TV. Join the conversation. Tell us where you would like us to go, what enterprise you would like us to visit. And for those who want to step out, well, that's all right. You can go. Take your phone with you as long as you have the Your TV app. If you do not, well, download it because then you can catch us live on the go. Missed an episode, you want to go back and see it, the app has got you covered. See you in just a few. Now, once the land is ready, spacing determines how much the field can produce. If plants are too close, they fight for nutrients. Too far apart, the space is wasted. So the target is about 28,000 to 32,000 plants per acre, depending on variety. And this is where many yields are lost quietly through guesswork.
Why do we plant in this manner? The right population in the garden gives you the right returns on investment. Most people will get you 16 bags per season. 16. we can get 22 bags, we can get 25 from one small acre. Why? Because here, this, if I was planting with a hoe, this is where I would have planted. From here, where you're seeing, to here, this would have been only 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there was another one that was killed here. So there would have been 7. So I have 7 plants better than you. How will we compete on the market? It means if you have 2, I have 7, I am 5 times bigger and better. And remember, there is a possibility that from here, from this row to another, it is not just 2 acres, but rather 2 feet. Sometimes it could be 3, because you're using kupima. You're not automatic. You're not automated. You're not specific. You're just assuming it is 2 feet. But here, I'm very sure I am better than you by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is how big I am.
So the point is to make sure that each plant gets sunlight, water, and nutrients. It's a small detail, but it changes the harvest completely.
For you have planted 2, me I have planted 7. And the good thing is, I have the maize. Not that each maize will have, because they are competing for sunshine, each maize will have a cone on it. Each maize. And the beauty about it is that the first leaves may come facing anywhere. But when time comes, when they are growing, the maize will start putting the leaves in the lines. So you'll find all the maize flows in the same direction, in a line. It's as if we planted and showed them where the leaves shall go. You can look here. Everything is in line. This will happen to save space, to increase the population, the right population in the garden. For example, let me show you here. Come right here. This is what would happen. And spaces where you have underpopulated, there is always, the day they weeded here is the day they weeded there. But you can see the difference. There is no pasture here where there is right population, and there is pasture here where there is low population. This is what will happen when we get 16 bags. Here, we weeded here the same day we weeded there. Because of poor population, pasture has room to grow. Because of right population, pasture is kicked out. So, are you growing pasture or you're growing maize? If you find your maize that you weeded has pasture, has weed, just know it was not the right population. Because if you weeded, it should have reflected. Unless you did not weed. The right population in a row is 6 inch. Inch mukaga. From one place to another, inch wati? Inch mukaga. In a row. In a row, it has to be 6 inches from one plant to another. Then the column should be 2 feet. Wakacheng, that is the right what? The right population. So if you have anything more spacious than that, you will get weeds. 100%. You look here. Look here. There is no weed. You may think they have just weeded yesterday. There is no weed. You look inside. There is nothing. Nothing. Why? Because there is right population. And because of the right population, each maize must put on a cone on it. Each maize, look, can you find for me one plant that has no cone? No. You can't. And it will go in a direction where you see it. Why? Because it is competing for sunshine. You'll find it is going to be hard for a maize cone to come in the line. It will always come out of the line, so that you can see it. So that is the right population.
And later, during harvest, machinery reduces losses. It is for a fact that shellers and threshers handle maize faster and more cleanly than beating cobs by hand or on the ground. This protects grain quality and reduces contamination. I mean, after all, you are trying to sell.
We come back to harvest, but remember, among the machines we need a machine that is going to help us harvest. Bring mikono, touch here, nura, jamu, teka wali, panga, so, kuchuma kakube. combined harvester.
Yeah.
It cuts the maize right here, right here. It's everything, produces a grain, not a comb, grain. Mpeke, this side, silage, this side, finished.
Takes care of everything, so you don't have to.
And now, my tractor, the trailer will carry and take to the silo, the dryer first. The dryer has a color sorter. It will sort all the colors that are majan. You can't afford a dryer. Even if you have money to afford it, what will you feed it with? You need maize to feed the dryer. It doesn't eat human beings. Nor does it eat grass, it eats maize. So it starts doing color sorting. So if you do color sorting, then it goes to the silos. Silos keep until when you're ready to sell. So the combined harvester will save you two things. One, it will save you the hassle of harvesting. It means it will cut. In 1 week, it has finished 150 acres. So it will cut, then the planting of next season starts. Saves you time. Number two, it saves you labor costs.
Yes, it does.
Number three, it saves you on wastage.
True.
Even when the dryer sorts colors, the maize that is maybe in a color that we don't want, because maize, the right maize should have between 12 and 14%. 12 and 14% mean that the moisture level is at 12%, is at 13, 14%. That is right good maize. So silos will help me keep the moisture at the level that I need. Silos will help me keep going and sorting. This color, the maize that I've sorted for color, I'll go and do bran and feed the goats. So I have the best in the season. Lastly, what it helps me, it can cut maize before it is 100% dry. The maize can be cut when it is still not so dry, then goes to the dryer, and the dryer dries it very well, fine. Then I'm out of the space. How do you know there is many things that can be done from maize? You can do that, you can know that when you have researchers. Part of professionalism that we need people who can understand and study the maize so that you can establish and know the value. Because the reason you're selling that maize so low is because you don't understand the value. You don't know the value of the maize. That is why you don't know. You think maize is all about portion. But me who understands the value will now say, no, I'm going to sell this maize to the ethanol plant people. I'm going to sell this maize to the glucose making people. I'm going to sell this maize to Maganjo. I'm going to sell this maize to these companies. I know where to take the maize. I can think of Kenya. You can't think of that unless you know what you're doing. So after doing all of that, we come here and plant this. When we have all that information that I'm showing you, we plant this. Only eyes can stop, but maize will continue. And the post-handling is key, because this is where the game now. It's like doing studying 4 years and you fail, you neighbor. Or you fail the bar course.
You flank the bar.
You are not a lawyer.
You give up.
You're not a lawyer.
You can't go to court and argue.
No, you wasted 4 years.
5.
Mwatu endo mu farming, bilala mu ground. It is quite different. Here, the degree you get only happens. The degree you get only happens when you have money in the bank.
True.
If you don't have money, you say I was operating 7 square miles, so what? Did that 7 square miles reflect on the account?
And the only way to reflect is if you have the right seed, right quality that
Yes.
the market wants.
You get from finding land, machinery, test the soil, professionals
Get the
on the
experts.
ground, manage it with professionals, then harvest well, then handle it professionally.
Yeah.
Post-harvest, the game. That is why in my conversation, I've been talking about silos. I've been talking about combined harvester. Because post-harvesting starts from harvesting.
True.
If you have harvested poorly, even if you handle well, let's assume you harvested today, rained on the maize, wasted. So even if you handle it well, you're handling a lame person. the best you can do is provide for them food, but they will not walk straight. What's changed? So, harvest well, have storage facilities.
There's a QR code on your TV. Keep scanning it. Tell us what you would like to hear or share your opinion with us. Join the conversation. Either way, it is always a pleasure to hear from you. You want to catch us live and you are on the go, do not worry, we are live on the Your TV app. Simply download it. You could have the fancy iPhone or you could have, the other one. Either way, you can get the Your TV app and catch us live anytime, anywhere. We'll be back very soon. Don't go away. Welcome back. We are glad that you are still with us. We are still with Obed and YPA. And this time we are looking at how much you can maximize with maize farming. You want to go commercial? This is the episode for you. If you are late to the show, well, that's all right. Obed still has so many more tips for you. And it's going to be quite the ride. It always is. I mean. And for those who may not own machinery, hiring services are available, as Obed passionately tells us more.
That is why YPA is calling you to come and do maize with us. I know most of us, I'm in Uganda also. Most of us are Bafunampola, only that we, when I go to Mbozichoma and eat some meal of 70,000 shillings, I feel I'm at the top. When I have a four-wheel machine, I call it a car. Not every four-wheel machine is a car. Sometimes it could be a wheelbarrow. There is wheelbarrows that have four tires. Whenever you are in the middle class, you are Mufunampola. Stop showing off. Hey, no, I don't go to downtown. You know. What do you know? Everything they know, but pocket-wise. Why don't they know that the pocket is empty?
We can explain.
You want to explain how banange kamveyeyo mujja kunyigira. Now, Bafunampola, I'm telling you, let's join hands together so that we can afford these things. Never tugamba tuli abantu 10,000. If we are 3,000 people and we say each person is going to contribute 100,000, we can afford a silo.
Yes.
100,000 times 3,000, that's 3 billion.
Let me ask this. Assuming is a group of people, say 10 people, who have come together, put their money together, they want to do something like this.
Yes.
Can they, in their little cooperative, join your cooperative?
Yeah.
To attain this?
Definitely. We are doing this for very many people.
And you don't have a capped, like a particular, we need this particular amount of money, or someone is given as par.
No, we can even come, even when you have your land, leave alone having money. Even when you have your big space somewhere, we can come and manage it from where it is. Not necessarily coming and joining us on our land.
We can come.
You can come even to your land.
Take care of my land.
Thank you. Let's say you're 10 people, you have hired land or you have bought land.
Yeah.
Or you're 100 people, you have hired land or bought land. You can come and maintain it from there. We can do the same with goats, same with maize.
No matter the district?
No, as long as you're in Uganda. I mean, the Pearl of Africa. If you're in Uganda, we will do that. If you're in Tanzania, that is a different case.
Yes. That's very good. The charges, of course, you're not doing it for free.
Yeah.
Say I have 3 acres, 2.5 acres.
So the bigger the acreage, the lesser the amount.
I follow. I hear you.
Wanchenga, the bigger the acreage. For example, we will charge 40,000 shillings. I repeat, 40,000 shillings per acre for anything 100. And for anything 100. Let's say 100, 150, 200. We'll charge 40,000. But if you have 1,000, you find we are charging 25,000 per acre.
I hear you.
Per month.
Per month.
So it means in the whole season, we are going to charge you about 150. Emitwalo 15 season namba tukulabirire eka ya kasoli otegera kuli bye kugamba oba mbize mu Luswahili. I'm saying 150.
Yeah.
for management of 1 acre
A month.
of maize. No, for the entire season.
You lie.
But don't ya?
Oh.
Entire season, because each acre I'm charging you 25,000 shillings. That is if you have 1,000 acres.
So the ones with small acres,
With
5
40,000.
acres.
No, 5 acres we don't. 50 acres we don't. We start with from 100. If you don't have 100,
Aleta, how much?
you come, you join YPA with membership of 250,000.
Buli mwaka or buli season?
Buli mwaka. Then you buy, you contribute costs that help you cultivate and manage and maintain your 1 acre, which is 3.75.
And that's per season, per year?
No, you pay it once for 3 years.
Hey.
The same cost runs for 3 years, because every harvest we are going to get money to harvest, to start up, to recultivate, and you get a profit. You get a profit of between 6 and 8 bags per season. And if you put that on market, it weighs between 1.3 and 1.5. Wakachenga. So you're going to get 1.3 because you have 37.5 million. That is small money. It cannot even hire the land alone. If you're hiring for 5 years, you can't hire. So 37 million will help you start with us. Then those of you that have 500 acres, you may not come. You may or you may not. Because we still have plenty of land. So we can cultivate that and put for you there. But if you don't have, if you have your land already, you bought some land in Narukolongo, in Chiriandongo, in Nakaweweta, in Nachifuma, wherever it is, Nakapiripiti, Eri Manafa. Why are you laughing?
My people.
If you are in Manafa right now, we will come manage that 1,000 acres at just 25,000 shillings a month per acre. Or 150,000 shillings per season per acre. Very small money. Each acre is going to give you about 6 million shillings. And for us, we are charging you 150,000 shillings. Even if it gives you 4 million, even if it gives you 3, we are not even taking 1%.
Because you get your management fee.
Thank you. Remember, what takes a lot of money, you invest a lot. You drive from here to Manafa every week. At the end of the month, 3 million. Wasted in what? Actually, 3 million, I'm lying. That is 1 week. Because from here to Manafa is like 1.5. So 1.5. The other day I went to Yumbe and I used 2 million. Fuel alone. No facilitation. Fuel. Because we even jumped on HDR. Is it HDR? Ferry. Yeah. So I'm telling you, some places are too far. So if you're running there every week, you're not concentrated. In the week they're telling you, now kakati nkuyigezaze, you rush. Here, if you hear anything, obed, you said you'll manage. What is the problem?
Exactly.
You have someone to blame, who is accountable, who has a name to protect, who is established, who has the machinery. If you want to hire the machinery, they will have. One, they will guide you on which machines to get, which is the competitive rates on which to hire. So you'll find that you will not need to invest a lot of money simply because these people are professionals, well connected, who have the machinery. Even if we are to import a machine just for your 1,000 acres, we can do it. Then pay later. We have people who can lend us machines, give us machines on credit, we pay later. Someone who wants to start something and maybe they admire what we do, what YPA does, and they want to be big commercial people. One, the advantages of this is that you'll get money. Number 3, your dreams will grow. You'll start thinking of big things. You see, I'm talking about 1,000 acres as if I'm talking about 100. Even 100 is too much for some people to comprehend and understand. 100 acres, they will, whoa, because they're used to 50 by 100.
Most people.
So if you start doing these big commercial places, you grow and you start thinking of big things, and you can only achieve big things only if you think about them. But as well, you should be because there's a statement that I usually make, Sheila. If you pray for rain from God, prepare for mud.
Yes.
Because rain comes with mud. That is what So while growing and expanding commercially and doing all these great things, there are challenges, my friend. Even with professionals, there are challenges we must face. Challenges like disasters. Famine comes, drought, prolonged drought, where even irrigation cannot support. Sometimes it becomes so expensive to have an irrigation system.
Yes, it is.
If right now we have 3,600 acres. It's not big. Yeah, it's not big. We are planning to get maybe 10,000 acres next year. But giving irrigation system that is going to efficiently support this plant without rain, it would cost us around 100 billion. Because this is cattle corridor.
Yes.
There is no permanent source of water. We need to cultivate deep wells. And these deep wells will only support 100 acres at a time. So how many acres? I need over 50 acres. Rather, I need over 50 wells to support this. So that is a lot of money. Then the pipes, the solar systems.
I hear you.
The automations. The tanks, my friend. It is a hassle. But if you are lucky and you are in Uganda, where we have seasons, at least 2 seasons as a must. What I'm saying is, January, your farm must be ready, especially if you're in Uganda. The place at which you're going to plant, your garden must be ready, waiting for seeds. End of February, you must have this grain go into the soil. Because rains will start in March. But by the times because remember, there are things that you need to know. As an experienced person, now a professional might also not know if they're not experienced. Now, things they need to know is this. If it rains today and it is muddy, the planter cannot plant. For example, you can see this. The maize, the planter must have tried to plant, but you're seeing zero. There's nothing here. There's nothing here at all. Why? Because it carried on. So the planter gets soil, the soil gets into that hole where the grain passes through. Then soil gets here, covers it, so the grain cannot come. By the time this person is realizing that, they are there. So you see, that line breaks there, then comes back here. Which is something you cannot know, that if you plant while the rains are raining, you're not going to be successful. So tractors or planters work well only when it hasn't started raining. So it means you must be ready by December, January latest. February 15th, you're starting planting. If you're not starting, it depends on the acreage also. But if you have less than 1,000 acres, you're going to start like a month before the season. I don't know which season is it. When do the rains start? Because the rains determine the season. So if the rains are going to start in, let's say, 15 days from now, you have to start as early as possible so that you're not ready at the wrong time. Otherwise, you're going to miss money. And so it happens with this next season. And also this covers the harvesting period. Make sure when you're harvesting, you're calculative of when to plant again. Harvest so fast, be rough, be speedy, so that you can meet the next season. Or go to efficient, what we call intensive farming. Use the irrigation systems. As Bafuna Mpola, we are not yet there. So I'm giving tips to Bafuna Mpola Banange. We can now handle some challenges, like, you see, this is a sign that termites have been killed. This one. You see these insects, I don't know if you can see them.
The ants, yeah, I can see them.
Yeah. So these insects come and eat. You see, this one was eaten by termite, this one. Yeah? So termites will come and eat up the maize. You will find the maize standing, then the other day it is down. So it can cut as many plants as possible. Then we have pests. Pests like monkeys. Monkeys still come.
I know.
But because you're in big space, you might not feel they will eat what they can and leave. But if you have small things, However, we also get security people who will come after those monkeys. We have pests like wild pests. No, people who become wild. They come with a bag, they load.
True.
They wait when you're harvesting, they load. If you don't have machines to harvest and put from machine to machine, then transport immediately. And for you harvest and no kunganyizako somewhere, you do entumu. They will steal that maize. Then the other problem is when you want to start next season and you have no money.
Yeah.
And the market prices is still low because these people are wise. You know, we have people who decide every market has capitalists. They will determine the price of the milk. They will determine the price of the meat.
That's true.
They will determine the price of the maize, the beans, and everything. Charcoal, everything they will determine. I don't know how. I'm still planning. Because people say, that all fingers are not the same height. My question is, why must I be this?
Why should you be that?
Why am I not this? Either the tallest or the biggest. Why? Why am I these other options? Because this one is also a finger. So I want to see those capitalists and know how they do it. They will target when everyone is harvesting.
And take the price
drop
down.
the prices down.
Well, to be honest, it goes without saying that when there is so much to provide, there's so much to choose from.
No,
so I'll definitely take
they will always refuse to buy, hold their supply, because they have been buying a lot.
Yeah.
They have planned for that day, so they stop. They don't buy. Remember, everyone has been depending on them to buy.
True.
So they don't buy. They hold for a week, and of course, you, the Mfunampola, who has been buying to sell to them, you will hold. So the farmer will cry.
True.
The farmer will say, now, okay, give me 300. It's okay. After you have bought everything at 300, they will come and buy it at 400.
And when stored correctly, the farmer does not have to worry about selling immediately. They can easily wait for the better market price.
The only way you can avoid that is when you have the silos to keep the maize and wait.
True.
And the only way you can do that is when you have some capital to run you after the season that you have not sold.
Yeah.
And that is where YPA comes in. If we have your maize, we can give you money.
You have the silos.
Yes, we can keep your maize, keep the maize for you, give you money and use the maize as collateral. On assumption that if the market goes up, we shall sell together and get our money back.
It definitely does go up. I mean, it's leverage.
It has to go up. So if you have experts, they will not only help you in lowering the costs, but they will also help you in maintaining the market price that you desire.
True.
Post-handling,
I hear you.
we come in. We are
Which
connected.
definitely does support the markets. Because if you've not handled
Thank
well,
you.
you can't sell.
You can't. You can't. Today, I want to talk about diseases. Most goats in this era die because of diarrhea. How does diarrhea kill our goats? Diarrhea is a very common disease in our goats, and it is caused by dampness of the place, feeding on rotten material or poorly managed material, that is pasture or whatever it is. Number 3, it could be worms. Number 4, it could be a viral disease called PPR or called coccidiosis. And in kids, it is clostridios. Now, whatever cause it might be, if a goat is diagnosed with diarrhea, diarrhea has signs. A goat is supposed to be clean. But the moment you look and at its back, it looks like that. Just know this goat has diarrhea. It is diureting. What does it mean? It means it is losing a lot of water. It is going to be dehydrated. So, number one thing, first separate it from the goats. That is the number one thing. Before you do anything, first separate it from the other goats. Number two, make sure you first find out, does it have other signs here at the mouth? If it has a lot of mucus and probably it has a lot of chovu, foam, is it the name? Mani, I am a goat farmer. So if it has foam and it has mucus and it is diuretic at the same time, be sure it could be suffering from a viral disease called PPR. And that viral disease has no cure. We just treat by what we call symptomatic treatment. We treat what we see because it is a viral disease. Here, we give it what we call sulfur. Any sulfur drug, for example, we have Gentamox, we have Aeroflox, we have a lot of them. All those drugs we can inject and this guy will be okay. Then if it has also this, it means there's something happening inside the lungs. So we know there is a respiratory problem. So that is where we get macro or tyrosine and inject. So sometimes we inject here and inject at the back at the same time. So you find we have given it double shots. But that works if you're able to see that this goat is sick very soon. No sooner had it fallen sick than you saw. Do you remember that statement? No sooner had it fallen sick than you saw. Otherwise, if you don't see immediately, then you will hardly save the goat. Because if you diagnose it to be sick, maybe 3 days later, that is gone. That is the importance of having a professional person at the farm. If you don't have a professional person, then you're not yet a farmer. Because imagine this was a hospital and there is no doctor. People come, they have headache, they have flu, but no one has to do what we call consultation. So every morning, the vet comes around, he does consultation. All these are patients, these are potential patients. So he comes and does what we call surveying. Who is who? Who is who? Then he realizes something is wrong. He attends to it. And you see, this guy is now brought back because he shouldn't be dry. This is a dry matter. Otherwise, he should be in a quarantine somewhere if it was really, really fresh. But you see, the guy is getting okay. That is why they are marking him so that they can always mark sick goats. That is if you want them to stay together. But if you don't want them to stay together, put them in a quarantine. If they get better and now they can feed, you see it has been feeding, bring them back, but still mark them for easy follow-up to see that it really gets better 100%.
It was a fun episode, very informative. Those who want to know more, it is very easy to find the NTV offices and Obed himself. He is always available for you. That's all we had for you tonight. Keep those comments coming in. Hashtag NTV Seeds of Gold. I always want to stick around with you, but hey, it's a little bit tight on me, right? But what to do? I am your host, Sheila Nabafo, and I cannot wait to see you again next week. Please don't go away. We have Weekend Edition coming up with your news updates. Thank you.